Family. All right. I did today's reading today and I asked for a card for us. And I got this one, and there's just too much on here for me to just do it as a card, so I'm having to do another reading. Especially because this is called A Beautiful Little Worm, and it's about taking care of yourself. But especially because what's being focused on here is restoration, which is what I was speaking about in our reading today, about that heritage building that was due to be torn down, right? It had been neglected and stood there alone, was falling apart, and the city said, let's just tear it down. There's no point in this, right? Kind of like that in my dream, that boy who was a wooden boy, and the family said, there's no point. We've tried, it's not going anywhere, just forget it. And they walked away, and I said, no, I wouldn't give up, right? I kept seeing a little bit of life come to the eyes of the wooden boy, but then it would go away. So it's like you get a little bit, you think about this with people in your life, the ones that you love. You feel like you're getting somewhere, and then it goes backwards. But I wouldn't give up. I kept pouring my love and my Reiki healing energy into this little boy that I loved, even though the family walked away. Well, the town fought for that building, which is spirit fighting for us. You are worth it. And here you are in the arms of spirit being embraced. This is the wealthy benefactor that comes along to show you that you are important and you are loved by people very, very much. So Spirit's asking you at this time what do you need to do to care for yourself? I went to bed really early last night. It's important for me to get rest. It's hard for me to drop the weight that I want to drop when I don't sleep well. Because if you don't sleep well, do you realize that? You put on weight. It's interesting. I'm drinking lots of water, chia water. We take in proper nutrients. We take in, we keep ourselves in a positive environment, away from drama or negativity, toxicity, right? These are all ways that we take care of ourselves. Exercise. Drop and do 20 when you in between my readings. Where is it? Oh, where must take it? Where did it go? Went rolling somewhere else. My dumbbell that I have sitting there, and then I sit there and I'll do my sit-ups, and then I'll, drop and do 20. And I mean, if you do it all throughout the day, it adds up, right? So, Spirit's basically encouraging us to do what we need to do, build up our supplies. And our supplies aren't necessarily our physical supplies. It's everything. They'll help you organize your home so that it's everything runs more fluidly. Your work, so it runs more fluidly. Your assignments. If you have things organized, you don't have the pressure, right? Because if you're running around looking for things, you can't find things. It's wasting time. You're getting frustrated. So if you get everything organized, things move more streamlined, right? If you do the research that you need to do for certain things, you're not left wondering. You can get organized. You have to get a plan, get detailed, and move forward. So Spirit's going to help you do this. And that clears away the stress, right? We have a lot of stress in our lives these days. School, parents, friends, work, ourselves, right? So this is a very little, gentle, new worm. Makes me think of my little sister when she was a little girl. She got in trouble because we were about ready to go to the meeting to church, and she ran outside, and she came back in, and she had white nylons on, and they were all covered in mud because she was climbing the tree with me. She's 7 years younger than me. She got yelled at, and my mom said, "Where were you?" And she said, "I was out in the lard playing with worms." Worms. She couldn't say worms. So here's this little worm, this delicate little new, and you think of it, the color green is new beginnings, right? You could step on that worm and squish it. It's delicate, but it's alert. And it turns into something amazing. We know that little worm, that little caterpillar, is going to turn into a beautiful butterfly. But at this time, it's in this stage. So right now, you're going through a very, very big change in your life, which makes you very vulnerable. You're exposed right now. You're delicate. Takes a lot of your energy. Little caterpillars, they have to eat a lot to get ready to go into their cocoon so that they can transform, right? So we need positive energy. We need a lot of spiritual help. We need to keep ourselves, it's a must to keep ourselves away from toxic energy and drama, and treat ourselves well, treat ourselves carefully, delicately. We're worth this. When you're new to something, and you're just beginning or you're just learning, you're vulnerable to others. Now, as a spiritual person awakening, you're vulnerable to psychic danger, to people who, this is, they don't have to be a witch throwing spells at you. But if there are people in your family or friends that don't like what's happening to you, the changes, they will throw toxic energy your way. And that is a psychic attack. They feel rejected because you're changing. And you feel awkward because you're changing. And you're nestling into spirit because you're feeling vulnerable, weakened. Your immune system is possibly down. Maybe it's negative thought patterns. But you are going to stand up. You know you're ready to move into something different. So it's important, again, very much needs to be stressed, the importance of you caring for yourself. Very, very peaceful. Very, very calm. No negative energy. No harsh environment, good food, plenty of sleep, fresh air, nature, positive thoughts. Right now, you need to recuperate. And so Spirit wants you to pick a beautiful place for that. Where would that be? Nature for me, always. A very nice, beautiful place that's comfortable for you. Spirit says they'll show you where that is if you don't know where that is. But it's a time for restoration. So we need to slow down. And it's not like, well, I got to work. But you don't have to slow down as in, okay, I can't afford to go away on a retreat right now. But metaphysically you can. You can allow yourself to be blanketed in comforting words, positive affirmations, positive soul family. Keep yourself away from the drama. You can choose who to let in and who to let out at this time. You might even experience physical symptoms. Your body might be breaking down because you're going through a lot. And it affects your emotions, would affect your system. So colds, flus, whatever it is. But at this time, the most important thing is that you are sheltered from toxicity. And toxicity doesn't have to be evil people, but there's just a lot. Because right now, you're going to pick up the energy of the ones around you. So stay away from parties, large groups of people. No matter how much they love you, right now, it's important that you withdraw and spend quiet time or are only with people who are going to build you up, who are on your soul's path. You need to experience quiet time of that type of nature. Take care of yourself and allow yourself to heal in a safe, peaceful environment. And remember that that there are people that love you, a lot of people that love you, and Spirit loves you. And you're watched over. So what can you do while you're spending time? You don't have to go away to a retreat. You could be in your house. You could be reorganizing things in your house. Redecorate your office. Rearrange your furniture. Rearrange your workspace. Every time you rearrange things, you change the energy. You shift the energy. Organize things. Organize was the first thing that came to mind, right? We got to get things organized, in order. Research came to mind yesterday. If there's something you were planning. There's going to be somebody who you can trust nearby. They're going to look after you so you can relax and you can dedicate yourself to this. For each person, it's going to be someone different. But make sure that if you treat yourself this way, make sure you understand and you realize when I treat myself with gentle, loving care and respect, other people will as well, but they won't if I don't. It's about boundaries and showing other people what's important to you. So again, what would love say? What would love do? You send it out, you give it to yourself, and you pull that energy back into you. You're going to be very, very pleased that you took care of yourself because you're transforming and you're soon going to take off. This is the situation of maybe, possibly, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Maybe you've come through, the change that you went through was really traumatic, and you're going to rise again. But before you get to the place where your wings take off and you explode into your new self, you need to have this time. And then your energy is going to come back again very quickly. You're going to be the phoenix. You're going to go from a little worm to a giant butterfly to a phoenix. All right, you guys, I just wanted to do that one and send it out. I'll post it right away.